Alright, hello everyone, Koenigsegg Dragon here today, and welcome. Hopefully my audio is better. I was able to get that one Razer mic working. Today, we're focusing on the new Koenigsegg Absolut, aka the younger brother to the normal Koenigsegg Jesko. Obviously represented by Koenigsegg Dragon, aka what you can see there. Obviously, all credit to Koenigsegg for this. Before I move on, I will post their link down in the description below, so you guys can go see way more than what it shows here. This was mind-boggling. I couldn't fit the whole info on the car on here, I guess you could say, just because of how much there was. And there's videos of the Absolute, I believe, if I remember correct. But yeah, anyways, let's move on. The Koenigsegg Absolut. I know there's a misspell there. I know I should have put that in, but it's okay. You guys know what it means. The Koenigsegg Absolut has been unveiled. It is the fastest Koenigsegg ever made, and the company will never endeavor to make a faster series production road car. Ever. Period. Like, ever. Customers will be able to choose between the Jesko Absolut and the more truck-oriented Jesko version that was presented a year ago, aka so its older brother. Every surface element on the Jesko Absolut has been purposefully constructed to reduce drag or surrounding turbulence around the car while increasing high-speed stability. Although just as powerful, the Jesko Absolut is more seamless and stealthier interpretation of the Jesko, its track-focused sibling. The Jesko Absolut has a drag coefficient value of only 0.278 CD. The low drag in combination with a frontal area of 1.88 meters squared, in combination with a power level of minimum 600 by horsepower. So almost close to the normal Jesko. I think the Jesko, its older brother, was 1500 horsepower or 1500 by horsepower. Anyways, make the Jesko Absolut destined to achieve higher, more extraordinary speeds than any other Koenigsegg or any other fully... I won't be going over the whole thing. I'll only be going pretty much from the first paragraph or the first sentences down to the second sentences. If you guys want, pause right here to read the whole thing so that you guys can understand what I'm talking about or what they're coming out with. I know it may seem that I'm using the same pictures over and over again, or the same car with the same paint job. I just couldn't get any more photos on there because there was just so many that I could do. And if I did them small enough, well, yeah. Anyways, design and aerodynamics. The Jesko Absolut presented a rigorous exercise in smoothing out surfaces on the car to remove any form of drag-causing elements while adding rear volumes that streamline the airflow. Over 3,000 hours have been invested into fluid dynamics, CFD, and aerodynamics analysis. Alongside over 5,000 hours of design and engineering for the Jesko Absolut on top of the Jesko. The CFD team meticulously went over every inch in design detail of the car, defining the elements needed to get the drag coefficient even lower than the target of 0.28 CD to just 0.278 CD. Anyways, like I said, just pause here so you guys can read more. A little new quick tip, the world's lightest V8 crankshaft. Both the Jesko track-orientated version and the Jesko Absolut high-speed version will be powered by 1,280 by horsepower, 16 by horsepower on E85, which I believe is on the new 2022 Formula 1 cars, I believe. Twin turbocharged V8 engine, featuring the world's lightest V8 crankshaft that weighs just 12.5 kilos. This new flat-plane 180-degree crankshaft produces more power with greater efficiency while achieving a higher 8,500 RPM rev limit. The flat-plane design allows even firing across engine banks, creating a visceral engine sound that gives more power. Koenigsegg's engine architect Dr. Thomas Johannesson, yes, I think that's how you pronounce it, sorry, has also designed super light connecting rods and pistons to counter the tendency of greater vibrations in flat plane. Anyways, let's move on. 9-speed multi-clutch transmission. 100% designed and built by Koenigsegg. The Koenigsegg Lightspeed Transmission, LST, as also seen on the Jesco, the track-oriented version, represents a scale of evolution not seen since the development of modern dual-clutch technology, DCT, at the turn of the century. LST is Koenigsegg's latest gearbox innovation, comprising 9 forward gears and several wet, multi-disc clutches in compact, ultra-light package. It is capable of gear changes between any gear at near light speed. This is thanks to simultaneous opening and closing of clutches, which make the driving experience so seamless that it feels like the driver and car are symbiotically connected. Symbiotically, I think it's called? Connected. Excuse me. Equally revolutionary is the size and weight of the LST. Modern high-performance DCTs can easily weigh well in excess of 120 kilos, yet the 9-speed Koenigsegg LST transmission weighs just 90 kilos, including fluids. The package is also half the size of the previous Koenigsegg transmissions. The small size keeps the weight closer to the center of the car, improving weight distribution and handling, as seen down below. Handling, I won't be going over the whole thing. I'll just be doing the first and very last sentence. Koenigsegg uses the industry's longest front and rear wishbones, more akin to Formula 1 racing than the typical road car. Enlarged wheel bearings and lightweight housing provide an unrivaled mix of responsiveness and stability. The top speed of the Jesco Absolut is extremely high. How high depends on the conditions and location of a possible high-speed run. If the opportunity arises, the Jesco Absolut will be ready to take the crown, regardless who holds it. So in this case, well, obviously like Bugatti with their new Chiron, I believe. Anyways, again, just pause it right here so you guys can go see. I just want to say something very quick. The roof can be stowed there, like on previous Koenigsegg models, and the softer suspension gives a more comfortable ride apart from saving luggage space. So this, I believe, if they're saying correct, is like a drop-top version. Anyways, and again, go click down in the description below on their website, because I'm just going over a quick glance over the Jesco Absolut. Interior equipment, I'll just be saying quick tips or quick things here and there. The Jesco Absolut is equipped with a full suite of creature comforts and a level of convenience, more befitting, a grand tourer than your typical track weapon. Again, just skipping ahead to the very last paragraph, or the last two sentences. The interior is swathed in luxury materials: leather, Alcantara, carbon fiber, aluminium, and glass, obviously. The cool thing that I like about the Koenigsegg Jescos, I don't know if they have it on any other cars, but they actually have the speedometer on the steering wheel, which I find very cool. The only issue I have with that is if you're in a corner, for instance, you can't really tell. Like if you're on the road and you're just doing, like, let's say, well, on the roads that I have around here, you do from 100 to 120. And we got long bankways, or bank rates, or banks in general, and they're tight. So it's kind of hard in that case. I won't be going over, well, like I said, over the whole thing. Just want to say something from the last sentence. Drivers can find the perfect driving position by matching their seat position with a fully adjustable steering column and pedal box, just as seen, I think, on the GT, or Ford GT, sorry. Again, interior equipment continued. I won't be going over the whole thing. Just going over right in the middle of the middle paragraph. Smart wheel sees two small touch screens embedded into Jesco's steering wheel, making a suite of features accessible with just a touch or a swipe. The screen's default configurations. Yes. The screen's default configurations enable functions such as audio control, phone control, ride height control, and cruise control. The screens are context sensitive, however, and other options may show or be configured into the system. Smart wheel screens feature haptic feedback, allowing ease of use without the need for constant visual connection. Jesco features a new racing-inspired and very compact smart cluster instrument screen. The screen is mounted directly behind the steering wheel and turns as the steering wheel turns. The new 5-inch smart cluster is extremely compact. It measures just 108mm by 64.8mm, but it contains all the information that the driver needs in a neat, logical layout, which is cool. And I don't know if you guys can see, but I believe that is just a clock right there, which I find is cool because I think that's actually where the clock should be. It should actually, well, compared to like in the middle of the dashboard where you have to look right, whereas you can just look ahead. Excuse me, just going over the specs quickly. Engine, Koenigsegg twin turbo aluminum 5.0 liter V8, 4 valves per cylinder, obviously. Flat plane crankshaft, double overhead camshafts, dry sump lubrication. Total engine weight 189 kilograms. Engine management, Koenigsegg engine control module, flex fuel capability, optional. High power coil on-plug ignition system. Output gasoline 955 kilowatts, 1,280 by horsepower, SN 7,800 RPM. Redline at 8,500 RPM. Price, just 125 examples of the Koenigsegg Jesco are planned and all quickly sold out. Each carries a starting price of 2.8 million. I think US. I could be wrong. I think it is US. Given that the Jesco Absolut is even more hardcore and exclusive, expected production count to be down and the price take up. It just shows how the world of ultra exclusive hypercars works. Carbuzz.com. Comparison to the Jesco, its older brother. 3 million. Koenigsegg says the privilege of owning a Jesco will cost you roughly about 3 million US. Although the initial production and deliveries, which will include the US, won't commence until sometime next year, aka this year, 2021. CarAndDriver.com for credit. Just couple quick pics of the Jesco Absolut. As you guys can see, this is like the Jesco Absolut itself. Oh, sorry, the Jesco itself. Honestly, there's not much change. Not much change. Honestly. What else is there to say? I think that's all. I like it from the way it looks. I like it. Just the only issue that I'm having is I didn't find or see any pictures of the what's it called? The roof off. So like the drop top version of it, or the convertible, pretty much. Also, while you're there, this is not a promotion. This is not a sponsor at all. I also recently bought t-shirts and a sweatshirt and sorry, I already said that. Polos to be exact. I love their sweaters and obviously the polos. Also, if you can, go check those out. Go check out Koenigsegg shop as well. Because honestly, I like it. Arctic.